And we are live. And we are live on both YouTube and Twitter. So, well, first of all, it's not my show. I'm going to let these two guys do it. So you go ahead. Ace. Go ahead and break it down for us.
All right. Welcome to the Last Gift podcast. We're actually on our episode 6 now. It's been crazy. It's been a wild ride. Anyway,
wait, episode 6?
6 weeks. Kind of shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, episode 6, Flash.
Man.
Time flying when you're having fun. That's what I gotta say. We're gonna be live. I think JP's we're live on Twitter right now too. I think, right?
Yes, you are live on Twitter as well. And people are gonna get the.
Let's go! I am so surprised.
So honestly, hey, look.
Let's get it, boys. Let's get it.
You know, the intro is next, of course, as you can see. I'm gonna leave the ticker where we can see it. But also, too, it's going to be a great show tonight. These two guys, they finally saw their first HBCU football game this weekend, or games. I don't know what all they watched. I know they watched the one in Miami Gardens. I was there. And then as well, too, we got a whole bunch of other stuff, too, coming along with that. But the intro's next. It's going to be a good show tonight. We're not going to react 100% to that Orange Blossom Classic tonight. And probably just a little bit. I'm going to save my thoughts for that tomorrow. But by all means, it's going to be a fun show. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all don't go anywhere. Those of you on Facebook and YouTube, if you feel like you want to put your opinion in, or we'd love to hear from you, please leave a comment. Leave your thoughts. And we'll get back to you. We'll post it up. And, we'll make this thing roll like a well-oiled machine. So with that being said, with 25 seconds, what do y'all got?
Also, we have a special guest tomorrow as well. Special guest tomorrow on Run and Gun. Be here for that. And also, tonight will be a banger. Hopefully, it will be a banger, because I know it is. Anything else?
Hopefully, it will be.
There you go. That's how you...
And we will get the Georgia game and the Knowles game, right? That's right. Oops.
Oh man, oh my goodness, I took myself right out. But by all means, y'all go ahead and get started. Okay, wait, hold on 1 second.
All right, welcome to the kickoff segment. We're gonna get going with the Baltimore Ravens. We haven't talked about them a lot, but we have a lot of news coming out of Baltimore this week. Starting off, we got Ravens running back injuries are piling up. We have their promising third-year player Justice Hill. He's now out for the season with the torn Achilles. That's in addition to J.K. Dobbins already tearing his ACL. And in subsequent news with that, they're going to sign Le'Veon Bell today to a contract, a one-year deal for some running back depth. They have announced, Coach Harbaugh has announced that it's going to be Gus Edwards starting. Tyson Williams is going to be the backup running back to whatever you want to say. So Le'Veon is right now his insurance policy in case something happens to either two guys. Hopefully, Flash, what you got to say with Le'Veon? Hopefully, he actually works out good with them.
Well, first of all, that's just unfortunate luck for the Baltimore Ravens having so much injuries and stuff. I know a bunch of people are very upset about that, and I would be too. I would at that point think my franchise is cursed, even though that might be a bit too far, but I would be deeply concerned for the Baltimore Ravens. But they signed Le'Veon Bell. I hope he turns out good for them.
Yeah.
Also, Ravens also made another move that they signed a tight end Mark Andrews for a 4-year, $56 million contract extension. Highest paid now, I believe, in tight ends.
Yeah. I think he is, but back to
they announced yesterday he is.
Back to that Le'Veon Bell thing. Honestly, it would be wise for the Baltimore Ravens to go ahead and go get Le'Veon Bell really, I would rather go with Le'Veon Bell because Le'Veon Bell's got more championship experience and he's more durable at this point too. He's not dealing with arthritis.
Oh, I would agree with that.
Oh, you didn't clarify over Todd Gurley you're talking about there.
Yeah,
I don't think you actually said Todd Gurley.
Oh, my bad. But
it's alright.
I would rather go with Le'Veon Bell.
Without a doubt, Le'Veon Bell, just because of the championship experience, as you just said.
Yeah, and then because of the fact too that he's also been released. This guy, I would also go with Latavius Murray as a backup. I know Ace may feel that he's not good enough, but I'm gonna just tell the truth. Look.
Yeah, Ace. Why? What's your feelings about Latavius Murray?
Nothing except the fact that he lost his job to undrafted second-year player. That's the last player.
You do realize there's a thing called hard work,
energy, fumble,
and an undrafted second-year player could probably have a better work ethic.
Yeah, well, he was the number 2 running back heading into the preseason, and he got thoroughly outperformed by Tony Jones Jr.
Hey,
look at how they played.
That's a shot.
Murray, he missed his pass blocks. He fumbled the ball in the red zone. It added up with Latavius, and he was due like $4 million or something this year, so they actually saved money by releasing him anyway. But I guess he's somewhat of a good running back to have if you need depth at this point. But I would rather him be go to one or more where he'd be a number 2 instead of being a number 3 because you're gonna have to pay, and he's an alright back at this point, but he's not gonna fit with what the Ravens are doing because they already have that power back already in Gus Edwards.
Tis true.
That is some valid points. I'm not going to disagree with those.
That's true. But see,
I know that
I would still say that because injuries are the name of the game and stuff, and it's gonna happen. I would still keep Le'Veon Bell around because not Le'Veon Bell, Latavius Murray. Oh my goodness, I would still keep Latavius Murray on roster because look, you're one play away. You're always one play away, and added depth couldn't hurt anything and stuff. Devontae Freeman, even, as it goes across the bottom line, I would consider him too. He's been released by the Saints.
Oh, we have actually some breaking news.
I would definitely consider that.
Texans are signing Danny Amendola to a 1-year, $2.5 million deal. That's from Tom Pelissero, 6 seconds.
Okay. Hey, honestly,
that's good for Danny Amendola.
It really is. That's not a bad move.
That team could use anyone.
That's actually a great transition point for us.
But see, now the thing is,
that's a good transition to
But see, now the thing is too is how much is that really going to help Houston?
What else is going on in Houston?
No. Tyrod Taylor. We're gonna talk about this boy or not? Man got screwed over in Los Angeles. That's flat out how it is. He got kind of screwed. Herbert was gonna eventually start, but the team doc just kind of screwed him over when they stuck a legit needle all into his lung. So I'm happy for him now. He gets another starting job, albeit with the circumstances going on in Houston and whatnot. At least he's starting. I think that's good for them. What do you guys think?
Honestly, I look at it like, we know why he's there. He's he's gonna just be that layover quarterback needed until the next guy comes along that they draft. Although I think the McNair family can't really get anything right for Houston. And then, honestly, too, Deshaun Watson with his drama. So, he's just a guy to come in to kind of weather the storm. He's used to coming in these types of situations. Well, so, that's going to be the name of the game. Dude, your dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always notice that Tyrod Taylor is always at a franchise whenever things go in a mess. Like, especially when the Browns were bad, the Chargers were kind of rebuilding as well. You kind of notice it. Also, I noticed 49ers has signed Josh Norman as well, but they released Latavius Murray. Oh, no, I'm tripping. 49ers signed Josh Norman, Saints signed Desmond Trufant, and they released your boy Latavius Murray. How do you feel about that?
I think it's good.
We already talked about Latavius. I think both signings are good for their respective teams. Trufant had a bit of a kind of a weird situation with him in Chicago. I think this offseason there was some news with that. I don't quite remember who was reporting it, but I remember they were talking about how he had a family emergency and then he missed most of training camp and whatnot, so he ended up being one of the roster cuts. So it's a low downside, I guess you say. You can't really lose with Desmond Trufant or Josh Norman for that matter, because both are on relatively cheap contracts.
Right. That's true.
That is very true. You cannot beat cheap contracts at all. I also noticed that Saquon is also near full return. I'm excited for that, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. I want to actually spend some time on the week 1 on predictions. All right.
Well, I'm glad you.
Thursday night.
I'm gonna read
Cowboys
Bucks.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what were you saying, Ace?
Cowboys Bucks.
Hold on. Wait, what were you saying, Ace?
Well, I was saying, Jay Peeps, you want to get ready to write down whose predictions what.
Oh yeah.
Trying to set you up there so you could get.
Go ahead.
Get whose prediction. I was gonna read it through, but.
So go ahead. Yeah. Hey, Cowboys.
Why you doing it?
All right, Bucks. I got Bucks on Thursday night.
So both are going Buccaneers.
Go Bucks.
Okay. As I look down, I'm not ignoring you guys, America. I'm writing this down as they say this.
All right.
Eagles.
Are you gonna put your picks out tomorrow or tonight?
I'll get mine tomorrow. Eagles and Falcons.
Oh. Eagles.
Okay. Eagles.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm a
Cardinals Titans.
I think Jalen Hurts is being severely underrated right now.
Probably.
Cardinals Titans. I think the Birds will take care of that one. Actually, Titans are good, but I think the Cardinals might be better.
All right, let Jordan type. Let JP type the stuff down before we keep moving.
All right, wait. What did you say for that one?
Name them off, and we'll just give our predictions for today.
What did you say for that one, Ace?
Both of us taking the Dirty Birds.
For the Cardinals and Titans?
Both of us taking the Dirty Birds for Cardinals and Titans.
Yeah, we hope. You guys know the Cardinals aren't
and Eagles. Yeah.
Steelers and Bills.
Oh, wait, no, the Falcons are the Dirty Birds.
Yeah. Steelers and Bills.
Steelers.
Oh my God, Ace.
Wow.
Actually, Bills.
Ooh.
I gotta go with Bills.
Vikings and Bengals.
Vikings. Yeah, I have to go Vikings.
Ace is thinking about that one. He's not too sure because he's like, golly, they both are just
that Jamar Chase pick is sinking faster than his draft. That Jamar Chase pick is giving me some questions right now. I don't know how much better of a team the Bengals are from last year, so I gotta go with the Vikings.
49ers
I'm going with the Bengals.
49ers Lions.
49ers and who?
Lions.
49ers.
Lions, just for the hell of it.
I said 49ers.
Wow, you are daring. The Seahawks and Colts.
Seahawks.
Okay. Chargers and Washington.
Carson Wentz hasn't had any time to get his receivers. Chargers.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go Chargers. Yeah, I have to go Chargers.
Well, the brothers really stick together on this show. Jets and Panthers.
You know what?
What's
You know,
up with Jets?
I want to see what the Jets can do.
So you
Let's say Jets.
I picked you.
All right, Jaguars and Texans.
Jags.
Both are a fine show. I'm not watching the game.
Yeah, no, I think I'll probably see that game on Red Zone this weekend. Okay, Browns and Chiefs. Whoa! Oh!
Browns. I'm gonna say Browns.
Oh my gosh! How did I get on here?
I got some questions for the Chiefs that they need to answer. So
Wait,
I'm gonna go Browns, especially with that offensive line. I got some questions for the Chiefs.
Okay, wait. So both of you guys are going Browns for that one?
No, I'm going.
I mean, there's some question for the Browns too, but I think the Browns got a better front that might be a difference maker.
Browns secondary is about to get forced.
Gotcha. If you guys ever pop back up on here, hopefully you guys do soon. Okay, we're gonna keep this going.
America gets to see that beautiful face.
I know, right? They already saw it. Last weekend, Saturday night. Dolphins and the Patriots.
Tua.
Okay.
Dolphins. Well, not Patriots. I'll go Patriots. Just to split it up because he's just saying the same thing on things. I'll go Patriots. That was a toss up for me anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say he is.
The game is in New England, so I'll go New England. If it was in Miami, I'll take Miami, but it's in New England, so I'll take New England.
Fair enough. Packers and Saints before we transition to the NHL here soon. We got like 4 more.
Snoopy, Packers or Saints? Who you got? Packers?
We asked
Saints.
We asked you. We didn't ask the dog. Ace, go ahead and drop your pick.
Snoopy just blinked for the Saints, but I gotta go. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the MVP, man. Saints, I don't know about their defense. You know,
Broncos.
I think Jameis will play good.
You just proved yourself to be a casual. You just proved yourself to be a casual. All right, you're banned from talking the Saints. All right,
casual. Saints defense are meh. They're meh. They are meh. They are meh. All right. You're tripping if you're thinking the Saints defense is elite against Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, Broncos and the Giants because we got to.
No, that defense is mediocre. All right, mediocre. All right, so Broncos.
All right. I've invalidated his opinion. Broncos. Move on.
Okay. Not gonna lie.
Let's get on to the
I said Broncos.
Bears, Rams.
Rams. Not much of a question there.
Rams. They're starting Andy Dalton. I think that's a clear answer.
Ravens and the Raiders on
Stupid.
Monday Night Football.
Is Andy Dalton a good quarterback?
Ravens. Move on.
He said no.
All right, and
Ravens.
We're already late into the NHL. Come on, hurry up.
He wants the Dogs' opinion.
That's not hold on. Snippy, Ravens. He says Ravens. He says Ravens. He's smiling hard for the Ravens. You like the Ravens? Okay.
That dog is a baby. Okay, can't move that. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and dive into the NHL here. So, what do y'all got for the NHL? Surprise me, wow me, because I don't know what's going on in this league.
Well, this is.
I saw a tweet saying that the Carolina Hurricanes are actually going to be Stanley Cup contenders. Do you agree with that, Ace? I saw some reporters saying that the Carolina Hurricanes are going to be Stanley Cup contenders.
Ace, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Maybe you should actually read. That was the player, so I can give the context, because that was a player saying that. But, I guess you weren't exactly
I saw
paying
somewhere on
attention to
Twitter.
it. So I'll give the context. All right. Yeah, that's probably me from retweeting that. It's So it's from the continuation of last week's story with the Jesperi Kotkaniemi going to Carolina with the offer sheet. So Montreal declined to match it, so they're getting a first and a third round pick in compensation, while Carolina's getting Kotkaniemi at his $6.1 million deal, where Montreal then took that same first round pick that they're going to get, and they put a condition on it, so it's going to be whatever the better pick is between their own and Carolina's. That's going to Arizona with a second round pick for Christian Dvorak. He's like a solid defensive kind of forward who could produce some points for you on the offense. But then Kotkaniemi decided to join this team because he thinks they can compete for a Stanley Cup. And on my Twitter, I tweeted well, see, he knew it was a Cinderella run last season. So to answer your question, Flash, my bad for cutting you off earlier. It's I don't think they're gonna be Stanley Cup contenders in the sense they're gonna be better than Montreal, but they're not getting to the Stanley Cup probably.
Fair enough. I mean, honestly,
I can get behind that.
As far as a Stanley Cup contender, I'm looking at the Avalanche. Honestly, maybe they'll kind of pick up where I feel like they're going to be new season. Vegas, I think.
Vegas is going to take a step back. Also.
Oh yeah, I think Vegas.
Avalanche. I think Avalanche is going to is going to leapfrog them.
Yeah, it's like Vegas. Just to me, it just seems like they have a team that's good enough to get them there, but something always goes wrong. Like Lady Luck, as Vegas would have it, just seems to run out, and they can't seem to kind of just transition to the next step and get to the Stanley Cup final and pull it off. So that's why I think the Avalanche are going to be the team out of that side. I know a lot of Lightning fan hashtag Go Bolts are saying the Lightning might three-peat, but I mean I'm not the biggest hockey expert here. I don't know how hockey works in that sense, but I can honestly say whatever sport it may be. And you can even ask Alabama and the Patriots the same thing. It's very hard to go 3 in a row. I don't even think the Cowboys won 3 in a row back in the 90s. So I leave it at that. I know a lot of people are hoping for that, but I'm also honest.
You nailed that thing, man. Flash, what you got for the Carolina Hurricanes?
I would not go as far as calling them Stanley Cup contenders. Snoopy, I think you could agree with that, right? What?
Oh my god.
Why are you giving me that look? You don't agree?
Oh god.
Oh dear. Come on, think.
Can we focus, please?
Yeah, Snoopy agrees. He is very down on the Carolina Hurricanes. So the Avalanche is going to leapfrog the Las Vegas Golden Knights. I cannot speak what else is going to happen for the West.
That dog.
What's going on in that entire conference?
That dog wants some water.
Hey, do you think the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to be a first round exit again this year?
Yeah.
Another first round exit for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
They haven't made a move.
We're gonna pencil
They
that
haven't
one
made a
down.
move where I think they can get past where they were last year.
I mean, honestly, that entire Eastern Conference might be a very tough conference in a nutshell.
So, y'all want to talk about these Olympics or not?
I'm interested by this. So I saw this actually. They're gonna allow the players to go back to the Olympics. I'm seeing, or go to the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Beijing.
They're It's middle of February. They have a set of days off for the Olympics, and then the latter half of the month in the later parts of the Olympics. I think they're gonna start back playing, but some of the guys are still gonna be in the Olympics, so then they'll have to bring up some other guys to play and fill up their spots.
Okay. So here's my question. Why? Well, that's not really the question. Does the NHL allow college players to join the pros like how the NBA does if the college kids are good enough? Do they do that?
Yes and no, I think. I'm not entirely sure on that.
Oh,
I know you could join the NHL after your college season's over and you sign your entry level you already have signed your entry
Right.
level contract. That's
Right.
what happened with Cole Caulfield in Montreal. They went to the Frozen Four, they finished the season, and then he joined the Canadiens, their organization.
Right.
So I think you can join after you have to be certain age, I think, at a point or something like that. And then if your college season's finished, you can't leave in the middle of your college season, I don't think.
I mean that would make sense. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay.
But remember, they have the AHL too, so they have guys that could just bring up from the AHL, the
Gotcha.
American Hockey League.
That is very true.
That's
I mean, there are some good, there are some quality players in that league as well. I think the NHL has a good farming system overall within all the teams. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm learning stuff tonight about this. I didn't know about all this and stuff. Like that's really interesting.
Hey, Flash, I got a question for you before we finish up on the NHL. I know you love you some Nikita Kucherov party time. You want to get into it or no?
Yeah, why not?
Russia getting lit right now.
I mean, I would too. I mean, if I'm die hard over hockey and stuff, I would go lit after seeing the Stanley Cup on my home grounds.
Good point.
Yeah, they
I mean, especially with the borders reopened up and like people, it's not confined to only like the United States only,
places.
and in certain places. Yeah, I would go crazy.
Yeah.
I would get drunk, have some whatever they drink over there, whiskey, I think.
They drink vodka.
It's not getting as bad as it was
just
in Tampa, but vodka. They do vodka.
Yeah.
Well, I drink all the vodka I can that my liver can handle.
Boy, your liver will crash out so quickly.
That Russians are a different breed.
If you had a sip of vodka, your liver may crash yourself. Just a lick of that will make you crash. You alcoholic dog.
Oh my gosh, I thought a dog alcoholic. Jeez.
Hey, is Snoopy an alcoholic? Or that's something that we're going to keep off the camera?
Easy. Golly. Good Lord.
All right. So we are in our third period of the Last Give podcast. We are in our NBA section. And first up on cap is LaMarcus Aldridge has been cleared to play in the NBA again. And he has decided to return with the Brooklyn Nets. So the Brooklyn Nets are probably back to what they were last year at full strength. Ace, how do you feel about that?
With what? LaMarcus Aldridge? I mean,
Yes.
It's gonna be the battle of the AARP squad. AARP squads, I should say, with the Lakers and Nets. But I mean, what can I say? Well, Marcus, it's great to see he's back on the court. Because I know he had that.
I'm personally happy for the man.
Yeah, for the man, yeah, I'm happy that he's back playing a sport that he loves after his scare with that heart issue he had during the season. But I mean, they brought in him and Millsap. They have they're just bringing in these old former All-Stars, right? There was a meme I saw out there with the Lakers with the guy who was going like this, and with a former All-Star player, free agent on a minimum contract, the Lakers are going to be interested. Well, that's the same kind of a concept with the Nets. So I mean, Flash, I know you don't mind the Lakers' age, right? So I guess
I'm not too concerned about the Lakers' age. Not yet. I gotta see how they perform in the season. I know the Lakers if they notice something wrong, they will trade before the trade deadline. I mean, I think me and you can both agree on that. And same with the Nets. They will make moves to make sure that their teams are primed for the NBA championship. So that's just how I view it right now.
Yeah.
I'm actually intrigued how both of these teams play, but something tells me some of these faces that we see right now are not going to be there by the trade deadline. And I think you could agree with that.
That's a fair statement. Yeah. Totally agree with
Also,
that.
Paul Millsap is also going to the Brooklyn Nets.
I thought you had mentioned that. That's why I didn't bring it up. My bad.
I did not mention that earlier, but yes, Paul Millsap is to the Nets. DeAndre Jordan has been traded from the Nets to the Pistons, and now he got bought out and he's being signed to the Los Angeles Lakers on a 1-year, $2.6 million contract. That's another center that the Lakers could.
Is the one who got traded to the Nets. Just helping you out to pronunciation. Dumboya, and who was like a former 8th overall pick, I think, actually like 2 years ago himself, or 3 years ago at this point now. 3 drafts ago, let's just leave it at that. He was like the youngest player in it, so that's a promising young forward actually they get in Brooklyn, so that works out for them, I guess. And then you got Julio Okafor. He was this is his second tenure with the Nets, I think. He was with them back in the D-Lo days.
Oh yeah, the good old D-Lo days.
He's just a body. I assume Okafor is just a body there on the roster. I don't think he'll stay long.
Yeah,
but
only time will tell. I mean, who knows? I mean, that man's been bouncing around the league up and down, left, right, east, west, north, south.
He hasn't been that bad when he gets like starting minutes. His defense is still questionable and all that crap, but he can get you buckets if you need it. That's kind of at this point what he is, but he doesn't have that opportunity anymore. And you
want to know something, Ace? You want to know something? What I just thought of. I think the Lakers centers are going to get easy lobs left and right, up and down.
Yeah.
They're going to get easy lobs. Like, do you understand that Russell Westbrook made Alex Len look like made him look like he's a decent starting center, and
he made Steven Adams $100 million player.
Exactly. So I mean now that Russell Westbrook actually has some decent centers for once, and Marc Gasol and Anthony Davis and those boys, and even Dwight Howard. I mean, do you understand how easy it is for the Lakers to get like lobs and stuff with him and LeBron James? All they gotta do is just toss it up. At least for those boys, at least I'll say it like that because
one of them
because of how easy Russell Westbrook makes it, and even LeBron James too.
Well, Flash, let me say this one. So some of talking heads, I can't remember if it was out there on ESPN or Fox. They were saying how Rondo's gonna take is the perfect player for Anthony Davis, and I'm like, okay, Davis was good when Rondo was the point guard, but everybody on the planet knows Russell Westbrook is better than Rajon Rondo at this point, right? And even
as of right now, as a facilitator, yes, I'll have to agree with that.
Yeah, at this point, like players overall, Westbrook was always better, but as like passers and playmakers, it was it was. I
would say like back in 2008 to like 2013 ish. Or what before Rondo's fallout with the Mavericks, I think back then it was all Rondo, but ever since the fallout with the Mavericks and stuff, I think Westbrook has taken over, especially post 2015 and on. I think Westbrook has taken over in terms of passing abilities and stuff. And do you want surprisingly, his passing abilities is super underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Which is insane, but I mean that's another discussion for another day. Well, I'm not really going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But I assume Rajon Rondo has joined the Lakers on the assumption that he's going to be a sixth man or something. I was just going to say a sixth man.
Yeah.
Because
I think
because honestly, to be honest, the Lakers really do not have a backup point guard. When you think about it,
they got Kendrick Nunn.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
He's a combo kind of guard, more offensive oriented, but he can play defense too. But I think with Rondo, I think he got mad with Kawhi during the first round or something like that. Remember, he got super
I could believe that
Kawhi. Because remember, like Kawhi took a shot and he's like, But I was right there. What are you doing, man?
I don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot of things in the NBA that goes beyond closed doors. I wish I know myself. Yeah. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But
well, speaking of things going on behind closed doors, you want to get into Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, because Embiid said there's no beef between him and Simmons.
I can believe that. You could have beef with an organization and not have beef with some of your teammates, because I think the players have understand that in the end it's a business.
Yeah,
and they know the team will not hesitate to trade you if they don't like you. So yeah. I think Joel Embiid understands that.
Yeah. I don't think between him and Embiid, Simmons and Embiid, there's not probably beef, but I think there's tension between Simmons, front office, and head coach.
Oh, definitely Simmons and head coach, and maybe the front office too. I do not know what's going on with Ben Simmons as of right now.
They said the Cavs are still interested in him.
I mean, honestly, if he does end up on the Cavs, that's
almost a career ender, but we won't get into that.
I would not call that a career ender. It's
not a career ender. That's kind of over.
I will have to politely disagree with you.
So crowded. They'd have. Well, I mean, I'm assuming Philadelphia would want Garland or Sexton in that deal, which would allow Simmons to become more of the point guard of that team. But if they keep one of the two guards, that front court is so crowded in Cleveland. I can't see how that's gonna work.
I would rather see Ben Simmons on the Timberwolves, have him with D'Angelo Russell, have him with Patrick Beverley, have him with Karl Anthony Towns, have him with Anthony Edwards. I think he'll be a great power forward on that team, a passing power forward too. You know.
Yeah,
and he'll be in the paint a little bit more.
He'll be the defense. That's what the Timberwolves needed for the last 4 years. They've needed defense.
I think he'll have a much bigger role on the Timberwolves at that point. And he could be.
I mean that. I don't know why.
Hey, I like it.
It's my turn.
I like that. I like that.
I don't know why.
Wait, was that the Bulls horn that Josh?
All right, boy.
Yes, I don't know why that horn went off so late.
Was that in your soundboard?
It was, but I don't know why it went off so late. I made it back finally. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened. But America, I made it back. I survived.
We were having a good discussion, but he has resurrected himself. After pretty good discussion, I think we had no arguments.
That was an interesting comeback. I'll say that. That was a fun comeback.
I just want America to know I did not pull a Paul Pierce and go away for a few minutes. I'm gonna just do like Lamar.
I want to talk about that.
We're in the
want to talk about that? You want to go there?
We're in the NBA segment, so I might as well talk about it. I didn't pull a Paul Pierce.
All right, I'll let y'all talk.
I'm just gonna say it now. I'm back with a minute left, like Lamar Jackson, and we're gonna go win this thing, okay? I just want y'all to know that.
All right, let's talk about this Paul Pierce in a minute. Let's talk about Paul Pierce for a minute. I know we said you couldn't talk about certain things, and always talk about LeBron. I mean,
oh yeah, of course, he can't get LeBron out of his mouth. Of course.
Oh come on, he loves LeBron.
ESPN.
You know, he has LeBron's name in his mouth all day long, wide open.
Yes.
Now he had other things in his mouth too.
I mean, he even said this on the air. I don't want a taste of it. I want the whole load of it. He said it's on air.
Okay, we're done. All right, we're talk about some good stuff here on Memphis Grizzlies are retiring Zach Randolph's number 50 and Tony Allen's number 9 jerseys on January 28th against the Jazz. We're done with Paul Pierce. Some good news to end the segment, I think. Congrats to both Zebo and Tony Allen.
Nah, I think in terms of the Grizzlies, they have their jerseys well earned retired.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I won't be surprised. Marcus Gasol and Mike Conley are going to be next in about 5 years, I'd say, when they get their jersey retired.
And we are now into the fourth quarter, you guys.
The moment we've all been waiting for. College football is back.
College football is back, and we have some insane hot takes about college football, guys. Michael Irvin and that man was already saying that the 80s Miami teams were more dominant than these current Nick Saban Alabama teams. And he had the audacity to say that after Miami got blown out, and you're still talking smack.
No.
I can't imagine what kind of kid Michael Irvin was on the playground courts. I can imagine what kind of kid he was.
Hold on.
He could trash talk.
Now I'm gonna throw the challenge flag because I need to explain something. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute Flash when I say this. So first things first.
All right, go. I'll stay quiet. It's fine.
So first things first. Is Michael Irvin kind of reaching a little bit? Yes, he is. But at the same, because Alabama's dynasty is really unmatched, and by the time they get done stacking up championships, they're going to definitely be unmatched. But also, we need to look at Miami's dynasty in the 80s and look at what they did at the time. Miami's dynasty was something, because Miami had no championships at the time when that dynasty started. Alabama under Saban had already had a whole bunch of rings and stuff. Alabama was already a blue blood. Miami had already been playing football for years on end. So, and Alabama didn't just start with Saban. Alabama's had, 3 different dynasties, I think. Now, here's the thing with Miami and Michael Irvin. Those guys came along at a time when a lot of teams were just teams like Notre Dame, Penn State, Ohio State, those teams were dominating. And all of a sudden, this team full of black dudes comes, I shouldn't say it like that, but this team with swagger comes up and starts beating the daylights out of everybody else. And national media didn't like that. Because why? Partially, they were all black. And they played with swagger, and they did it differently than a lot of teams did. And nobody could stop it. Not Oklahoma, not Notre Dame for the most part. Nobody could stop it. And then people didn't also like how Miami kind of retired Jerry Faust, who was the head coach at the time of Notre Dame before Lou Holtz came in. So I mean there's a lot of factors there that you have to consider. Miami's dynasty is rather special. And Alabama's is too. I still would say in the long run, when we look back on it, Alabama under Saban is going to be more storied than Miami under Schellenberger and Jimmy Johnson. It will be because of the amount of talent that's been produced and different eras and stuff, and people are going to remember the most recent thing. But I will say Alabama and their dynasty deserve, Miami and their dynasty deserve the credit that is due. Because honestly, if you want to be real, and I'm going to say this, but then I'm going to unmute him. If you want to be honest, guys like Michael Irvin, who went to Miami back in the 80s, in present day would go to Alabama. And it's just the truth, because Nick Saban recruits Florida about as, if not better, just as much than, say, all the coaches in the state like Butch Davis, Willie Simmons, Mike Norvell, and all these guys. Nick Saban lives in Florida recruiting speed and talent. And it's just the truth. Now I'm going to unmute Flash. So he's been unmuted.
Well, that's a nice history lesson to know. I didn't know about the 80s Miami teams. But I will say this. The line that when Michael Irvin says that the 80s Miami teams were more dominant than Nick Saban Alabama teams, I still feel like it's a little bit far-fetched. I mean, you feel me?
It is. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, when you kind of look at it, Alabama's dynasty under Nick Saban they've already gotten more championships under Saban than Miami has in total. So I mean, and by the time they get finished, it's going to be like Miami in the 80s, Alabama now. It's going to be just there's no comparison by the time they get done. but at the same time, too, I mean, like I said, the athletes that were going to Miami at the time back then are the same type of guys that are going to Alabama now. Because, like I said, Nick Saban, Amari Cooper, where did he play? He's from down south. He's from South Florida. Guys like that would have went to Miami back in the 80s. Hint, hint, Michael Irvin, Brian and Benny Blades, Al Blades, all those guys, Melvin Bratton, Jerome Brown. Like those guys nowadays are going to Alabama. And it's just the fact that, Saban has dominated college football and he's stolen the state from the teams in Florida. Hence why the teams in Florida are not that good anymore as they used to be back then and in the 90s.
I could definitely agree with that.
I know VJ's because I'm giving this history lesson.
No,
I'm aware of this one dude that used to play for Alabama that went to Armwood. He now plays for Cincinnati, and I'll tell you something right now. That man, Jerome Ford, that man he's been balling out at Cincinnati as a running back. Keep a name on him, all right? That's a guy that you want to keep your eyes open. That man was so fast on the track. He would just look behind every time it crosses the finish line. That's how fast he was.
Interesting. But I got a question now. So I know you guys watched the Orange Blossom Classic this past weekend, and what was y'all's takeaway from your guys' first HBCU game? I'm curious.
Their marching bands are on another level.
Okay.
I will have to agree with Ace too. It might be one of the best in the country, if not probably better than Ohio State's possibly.
Dude, all these bands down here in the South and in the HBCU world are better than Ohio State. I can honestly tell you. Ohio State is probably the only close comparable thing I've seen to what they did down in Miami.
They literally dunked on Jackson State. Fam, you literally dunked on them.
Yeah, I know.
And then the funny part about it was, FAMU was still playing because HBCU bands have a thing called the fifth quarter where both teams trade off shots and play songs. And FAMU was still playing. While Jackson State was marching out of the stadium. And the funny thing about it was, what all these people said the sonic boom of the South was going to dominate the March 100, but they definitely did not. They
Oh boy.
But
I gotta say,
all right.
the style of play is kind of different too.
Wait, say that again, Ace. Say that again, Ace.
No, I'm saying the style and how they play. It's not it's nothing like the Big 12. It's not like the SEC. It's kind of like its own unique kind of football in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would agree. And honestly, too, I'm glad to know that Willie Simmons is going to start the true freshman, Junior Maradovich, next week, and I think rightfully so. I think that was the consensus.
That's going to help a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the consensus amongst a lot of us in that stadium coming out of it. But, we'll talk more about it tomorrow, of course. I don't hear. But, But go ahead.
All right, guys. I know we got to start moving on to this. All right, back to Alabama, Miami.
Georgia Clemson.
That beatdown.
Or we're still on this.
Oh, my.
Ace,
we haven't talked about.
We haven't actually talked about the game. My bad. You go, Flash. Go ahead. I didn't think it was much of a contest. That's why I didn't want to talk about it.
I know you have a lot to say about that Alabama Miami game.
It went kind of like how I expected it to go. That went exactly how I expected it to go. Focus. But yeah, honestly, the Miami Alabama game went exactly how I expected it to go. To be honest with you, and let's be real with you,
I second that.
Miami came out and played scared. I'm just gonna call it what it is. And Ed Reed looked frustrated. He looked like, I need to get out of here.
he pulled a Kobe Bryant after his jersey retirement ceremony. He just walked out.
Exactly, and the thing about it is he can't walk out because he's like the president of player development or something like that. And the other
That's gotta be tough, man.
The other one too.
I know for a fact all those Miami players are getting chewed out.
Yeah, basically. And then the other one too. I will say as
okay. Yeah, we're doing lightning round. We have 1:22.
I just want to say as we get ready to wind this down, I'm very much proud of Florida State. I am very proud of Florida State. Because
Snoopy, are you proud of Florida State, Snoops? Are you proud of Florida State? Are you? You want to hear
more proud about Georgia?
I'll play the Tomahawks.
Georgia was dominated.
Snoopy, hi.
Georgia's legit.
Snoopy, were you proud of Georgia? Oh yes, that okay. Georgia D line.
47 seconds, and we haven't touched UCLA, USF, UF, Washington's choke job, and you want to have Snoopy do the FSC thing? I thought you would have been interested to talk about the Washington.
We'll do that in the end, but let me get my quick pointers down. LSU, I was disappointed at Oregon and that entire mess. I would never thought Ed Oregon would lose to Chip Kelly. Let me get that right away. Washington, Orgeron. I still play for that coach though. If I had to pick a college, I definitely play for him. But anyways, Washington losing Miami, I was disappointed, but I think Washington will bounce back against Michigan. Hopefully. I won't doubt it, but I hope they do. And then, what else? USF continues to struggle against North Carolina. How do you feel about that?
Well, folks,
North Carolina
that's
State.
about all we got. Because, Flash, you want to do this closeout, or are you going to keep talking about college football? Out of curiosity. Snoopy, you want to do the closeout?
Oh, God.
Who wants to do the closeout? I have it up in the air. Taking offers. Anybody. You can have an auction.
Are you sure? Yeah. Oh, for the love of God.
I know, Snoopy. We gotta get you to meet Uga now. Will Georgia beat Alabama soon, Snoopy? Will Georgia beat Alabama?
Ace, your face.
No comment.
His face.
Hang on. I know.
Looking for something different? We've got that.
Wow.
How do we get an ad on YouTube while we're recording? Oh, I don't even get that.
We're about to get sued for copyright infringement.
Good lord. Yep. These
Flash is about to get us copyrighted for that.
You're going to get us copyrighted for that, too.
He is going to get us copyrighted for that.
Lord have mercy.
You do understand how copyright works, right, Flash? Well, people, all the ones who watched this episode, thank you for everything. We're going to have a special guest, I think, tomorrow and next week. So
that is all, folks. That is all, right, Snoops? That is all. Say bye-bye.
And we are still waiting to say goodbye.
Oh.
Yeah, you're
okay, I guess Snoopy's becoming the cat that you see in the Chinese restaurant. The Milwaukee cat.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Please stop. Stop while I still can.
What? I didn't say nothing wrong. He's our lucky charm.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my god. Oh my lord.